Hi there, I'm Nancy Herring from Now We're Cooking. It's Tuesday and it's time for tips, tricks, and treats. Valentine's Day is on Friday, and it's one of those days that you can go all out, you can go way laid back, you may be not happy about Valentine's Day, doesn't matter. Treat yourself as your own Valentine, treat your partner, have an office party, whatever you want to do. But what we're going to do is some real easy kind of cheaty methods to doctor some things up to make it look more Valentine-y, if that makes sense. We're going to do a couple of snack boards. I hate to use the word charcuterie boards right now because that's not exactly what we're doing, but it's how to take things that you might have around and you might be able to do without too much trouble. If you have Valentine dinner plans, you might want to do a quick little snack board before you go out. You might want to do a dessert one for when you come home. Or if you say to heck with it, I don't want to go out at all, you could do this for you. So we're going to do a kind of eating one and a dessert one. And we've already done some things because there's not a lot to do, but it's fun to use. Mostly what we're doing is making things look more Valentine-y. So this is a kind of pimento cheese spread that I made earlier today, but if you like pimento cheese, you may have your own recipe, you may buy it at the store. You can use any little, I don't know, spready thing. Ham salad would be good because it's pink. This is just grated cheese, some cream cheese, mayonnaise, some pimentos. I put some smoked paprika in it. So, and I'm just using Yo Basic white bread because what I'm gonna do is cut it with cookie cutters and make heart sandwiches. A whole lot of different sizes. I'm gonna use the smaller ones. I'm not messing with the crusts. I'm just gonna cut around them. And then I have a cute little heart-shaped sandwich. The crust you can pitch, give to the dog, eat later when no one's looking. They're not cute enough to put on your board, but they're still perfectly fine. If you want larger ones, do larger ones. What we did earlier today, this is this snappy set we sell that lets you make your own crustable sandwiches. And we did peanut butter and jelly because who doesn't like peanut butter and jelly? And we discovered that we put a little too much jelly in one of them so it burst. But that's okay, it's a heart. We also did just salami and cheese with heart-shaped cookie cutters. So I'm like, okay, I've got all this stuff. I need to make it look cute. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the peanut butter and jelly on one end. I've got two sizes of the cheese one, the pimento cheese sandwiches. I did a couple of, actually just one big. I think we ate the other big. And some little ones. But then what else are we gonna put? Not everything has to be heart-shaped. That's, you know, it's fun if you have a lot of heart-shaped, but not everything has to be heart-shaped. So we need a few veg. Now if I'd gone all out, I could have cut cucumbers like hearts, but that's, even for me, that's going a bit too far. So I did use a crinkle cutter, so we need a little green in there. And then we've got cheese and salami and cheese and salami. Because, you know, it's cheese and salami. Looks cute, it's a heart. And as much or as little as your board. That's what's fun about not having a huge board. If you have a huge board, you kind of feel obligated to fill it. If you have a small board, you don't need to fill it all the way. Now this is something that we like to do. Beets are very big in my family. Chop them up, put them on salads. I had a dear friend years ago who bought a heart cookie cutter, and I said, you don't cook. He said, if you take beets and you cut them in a heart shape, then you have heart beets. So every time I do that, I think of him. So we made some heart beets. And truly, it's as easy as taking your canned beets. Some you can buy them pickled or not. We prefer them not pickled. And just cut your little heart cookie cutter. And you got heart beet. We gave one to Zaylee, and she thought it was not the best thing she'd ever eaten. It's an acquired taste. So I think we need a little bit more color on here. Oh, I was messing around with radishes. These are giant radishes, to see if I could make radish fans or radish roses. And not as pretty as I wanted them to be, but there's a little bit of red in there. And we've got for a couple other colors. We've got some yellow bell peppers, which again, it's not Valentine-y, but everything doesn't have to be Valentine-y. And a few red, a few green to add a little color. And truly, you could just go crazy with this. You could put as much or as little as you wanted, you know, more, pile up more and more. I'm trying to think, what else do we have that we could sprinkle in there? We could put more sandwiches. Oh, crackers to go with our cheese. There's probably a heart-shaped cracker out there, but I didn't look for those. So it's just an easy way to take, and this is, if you think about it, it's peanut butter and jelly and cheese sandwiches and vegetables. I mean, it's not, but it's pretty and it's a Valentine-y and it's fun. So that's my whole point on that. 2 more pieces of cheese, even though I don't have salami to go with them. And I just took the cookie cutters and cut them out. Cookie cutters are good for lots of things. So now we've had our snackies and it's like, oh, is it time for dessert? Okay, I did go a little crazy with this. And I made brownies. I am gonna get a bigger board to go around. I made brownies, and I'll give you the brownie recipe, and I made cookies. And I cut them out with hearts, because, you know, it's Valentine's Day. But I'm not the biggest decorator, but you see the bags over here full of frosting? Lacey is the biggest decorator, and so she helped me out, and I put sprinkles on the cookies because that's my easiest favorite thing to do. And then she had icing left from another project, so she iced them for me. And if you notice the way she has her tips, she's very skilled at this, but the way she did the bags, each icing has its own bag, and that's truly the easiest way to do it so that you don't have to keep switching tips back and forth. So, you know, each color has a bag. She iced my brownies for me. And all I did with the brownies, I used my favorite brownie recipe, which is from the back of the baker's chocolate box, and I just cut it into heart shapes. Again, large ones, small ones. And then the fruit that I had were apples, bananas, and oranges, and I was told those were not the most romantic fruits in the world. But I'm putting some green on here so that when you overdo with cookies and brownies, then you can have some fruit. But I also want to show you this cookie recipe, which I'll put on the, I'll post it, is a new cookie recipe for me, and what I was very, very pleased with. It's a nice, tasty sugar cookie recipe, but it does not spread when you bake them. So they stay the same shape and size when you start out. And that's important if you're into icing and you're into decorating, because sometimes they grow so much that the design doesn't show anymore. So I'm gonna fill in, and then because I found some in my pantry, I've got some mixed nuts I'm gonna sprinkle on here. If I had, you could throw some chocolates, if you had red and white and pink M&Ms, the whole bit. But it's just a fun way to make it look a little more festive and show your love for everybody that you like. I would probably serve this with a bowl of vanilla ice cream and then let people choose what they want. Oop, that grape escaped. What they choose, what they want to go with it. So 2 real easy, but I think real pretty presentations for Valentine's Day or any day. A snack board, charcuterie board can be any size board, any type board that you need. It doesn't have to be something labeled a charcuterie board. So we have beautiful teak boards, we have basic boards. We also have all kinds of things to make your stuff look more hearty. We've got the tips, we've got heart-shaped cake pans, we've got the sandwich cutters. And let me show you, can you reach that? If you're not the most skilled cake decorator, these silicone bulbs are really nice because there are 3 different tips that come with. And so you just put your icing inside, put the tip that you want to use on top, and then instead of filling the bag and burping the bag, you just squeeze and draw. So a tip to draw with, a ribbon tip, and a star tip. So if this is a new thing for you and you don't know if you're going to use it a lot, this is a great way to do it, are these bags. So play around with your food. That's the whole fun, is to enjoy enjoy your food, enjoy your day. Valentine's Day is coming up. Share some love with anybody that you love, and share it with yourself, because you are your own best friend, or you should be. So, Now We're Cooking is open Monday through Saturday, 11 to 4. We're at Paseo in Wyoming. We'd love to have you come by. We hope you have a marvelous Valentine's Day. Give it a shot. Send me some pictures. I thank you for watching. We look forward to seeing you next time.